Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Roz Boundy, psychic medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. And I just noticed on the end through that transition that the camera was a bit crooked. I'd bumped it when I tried to clean the window earlier, and yes, it was interesting. I found that some of the sea mist was a bit of dust on the other side of the window as I was looking out the window. But it is a cloudy day again. It could be some sea mist again. It's that time of year in summer where you get the mistiness from the moisture coming through, and I do realise I need to be washing my windows. Part of life, isn't it, at times? Right, let's go across to the cards and see what they have for us today. Here we go. What I'm using is the Siren's Song again. Now the box itself is a bit too big to put in the full screen as far as this display layout that I've got. So that's the box cover, and what it has, I must have stirred up some dust. What I have here in my hand is Divining the Depths with Lenormand and Kipper cards, is what this one is about. It opens up like this, and we have the Kipper and the Lenormand deck. You can see that from K is the Kipper and L is the Lenormand, of course. And I'm just going to carefully put that aside so we've got a bit of room as they're sliding around. And this here is the guidebook for this particular deck. It's lovely artwork, I feel, and you have a look at the patterning on the back. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? So anyway, these are the cards that we've got for the day today. 3 cards. It's the usual layout that I've been using for a long time now, and it just represents a very quick and easy spread to use for these shorter morning sessions, live streams. So what we have is the home space on the left. The one in the centre is the general theme for the day. That's how I'm reading them these days, how I read this spread. And the one on the right is the workspace. So effectively it means we've got heart as the overall theme for the day, birds is in our home space, and woman is in the workspace. So I'll just free my hand and go and zoom into this as I go across to the comments that we've got for our day that are coming in on the stream this morning. So we've got Hilda's Horseshoe Magic. Good morning, dear Roz. Good morning, chat from Switzerland. So it would mean that is your evening there, Hilda. And thank you very much. You noticed I sneezed. Thank you so much for the bless you. And that was for my sneeze. Oh, I've got a bit of a lag in my computer for your sneeze. I understood that. Thank you so much for that. And to any who are watching replay, welcome. Welcome aboard to, well, taking the time for yourself to gain some further insight into what some of the symbolism in these cards specifically for our day today, but to really help yourself in that learning and growth as you're moving forward in your own journey in life. Because really, I know that many look at these types of cards as being fortune telling. I look at them as just a nice focus and guide, something that we can use as a focus and guidance for what we might further feel into being a part of our day. Because there's so much symbolism out and about us as we are moving in our daily life that we miss a lot of it. And it's just so nice to focus on what might be that potential. Are they mystic symbols? That's the word I just got from Spirit, mystic symbols that are there for us, that live in synchronicity with our lives, like the birds that are chirping out in the bird bath in my front yard. Well, they're not quite in the bird bath yet, but I can hear them in the tree that's next to it. Like those, the feathers that fall in front of our path that bring us that message of, the angels being present, or whatever it means to you. We each do put our own understanding on the symbols that we receive and the messages that we get from spirit, or whether it is from nature itself in synchronicity with how we are moving through what is our day, each and every step of our day, being present in those moments. So there we go. And yes, so I had guessed right. So yes, it's 22:37 there. So not far from a bedtime, I suppose. Lovely to have you here, Hilda. Thoroughly enjoy having people being able to comment. We're lucky to have the technology, as far as that interactive comments and chat that we can create. Now, to the cards, I do read the heart card first. And because this is a relatively new deck, I haven't used this one much at all as far as the specifics with the Siren's song. So from this book, the Guidebook to Divining, with the Lenormand and Kipper, I am only using the Lenormand section of this deck for now. And we can probably do another session, a longer session that takes in the Kipper cards as well. I'm not as familiar with the Kipper deck side of it. So, but because each person that creates a deck has some fine tuning to the interpretations that they choose to use in a book, I do like to refer to the guidebook in this instance because I'm not as familiar with Carrie. Oh, and I've just realised I hadn't shown that. So it's Carrie Paris, Tony Savory and Tina Hart who have created this system. So I'm not as familiar with their interpretations of what they give for these decks. So it usually has this one has the heart is what we're looking at. So what they have is the key words being well-being, love and goodness. So this is the whole theme for our day, the overall theme that we're looking at for what we're going to experience. Put that as one of your focuses, your intentions for the day. You can either put it as set intentions with these three cards, or as you're moving through your day, feel the energies of what these cards are meaning as you progress. So when the heart appears, our siren is emotional and harbouring strong feelings. Only the surrounding cards can reveal the nature of the heart's desire and whether or not this wish will come true. When heart beats close to the siren, it brings love, passion, joy, or a welcome sensation that all's well. Now, when they're talking about the close to and further away, it's referring to the grand tableau in the Lenormand and Kipper spreads. I gather the Kipper is done similarly in having all of the cards laid on the table. And when it referenced then, when the heart beats close to the siren is the card that is chosen as your, in tarot sense, significator. So you choose a card, or the siren card is one of the cards specific to the deck that you would shuffle in, and it would be placed as a grand tableau. Now, I suggest that because this is referring to surrounding cards, because we have the three cards in this particular spread, the surrounding cards are referencing the woman and the birds. So we've already got that meaning coming forward to further clarify that heart sense, what's at the heart of our day with our personal home space or our workspace. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling from these. Now, I'll point to the birds card now and go across to the comments because I know there's more comments coming in. Good morning, Michaela. We have our regulars popping in. Morning, lovely and all. So lovely to have you here this morning, Michaela, in the live stream. And good morning, Kenneth from Ontario, Canada. It's lovely to have you again here for your evening. Very similar to having Hilda from Switzerland. Definitely fully global now. Wonderful. Lovely continents being represented here. Big continents being represented here. And also Tina, good morning, Happy New Year, Roz, and best wishes for a wonderful 2025. Many blessings, and those lovely emojis. Lovely to have you here as well in Facebook. So we'll keep moving on because I don't want them going too long. These are meant to be short little sessions. The birds, card number 12. It is about communication, and it is in our home space. I went and bumped that so that it's not straight, didn't I? Oh, that's close enough, isn't it? Isn't that an absolutely beautiful diagram, artwork for the heart, though? It almost looks... I love the roses. I presume they're roses. Just going back to that. Now, you will notice that there is a more nautical theme in the artwork with these. I love how there's that little slit that almost looks like it's a mouth underneath the roses hiding some eyes. It just feels of the tentacled being that is behind, whether it's an octopus or a squid. Or do squid have tentacles? Yes, of course they do. Anyway, I think. Anyway, it's gorgeous. I hadn't even really noticed the artwork of this one because I was so busy with doing reading from the book. It is lovely. So feel into that. Now, as we look at the bird and feel into that, what sort of birds are they? I don't know, but it looks like they've been picking at the seaweeds, the grasses and the plants that are in the waters. It looks lovely. Very interesting. And of course, birds do eat fish. Well, some birds do. I suppose most birds do if they had the opportunity. Keywords for this one, as we go to number 12, are effort, hard work, stress, distraction. See, it's different to what the regular Gilded Breviary cards are. Let's see. A little elbow grease never killed anyone. There are times when it's necessary to go the extra mile to complete what you set out to do. Keeping in mind this is in the home space, okay? Yet, when birds appear, go find some aspirin. This card brings stress, distraction, and headache. Oh my goodness. Tasks become greater than anticipated and to-do lists lengthen. I understand that one. There's one good thing at least. When close, birds and frustration will fly away as quickly as they came. So birds also bring an amazing amount of frenetic energy. Harness it to get through this aggravating situation. So, wow, interesting, from the heart. I find that very interesting, actually, because it doesn't... I certainly interpret it differently when I read from the Gilded Reverie deck, because there's two different card types that are birds in that one, and I do tend to go mostly from what is the artwork, how the artist has presented their definition of the meaning of the card, really. Birds are birds. But the words themselves in how the girls, I'm presuming they're all girls, have created this book. Hard work and stress, distractions, oh my goodness, and a list getting longer. I think that final piece that was about when it's close, they fly away as quickly as they come, is very beneficial. I think really what we need to do is get to the heart of the matter of what we are doing, what we have as our to-do list in our home space. All of us probably do have some sort of a board that we write up things to be done, or just a list on a piece of note paper that we tick off the jobs to be done in our day to day and all of that sort of thing. I'm still feeling that with the birds it is a lot about communication, because they do talk with each other very much so as if there is a language. You sit and listen to birds from when they're chatting outside and they definitely are communicating. So it is getting things done. As this one's suggesting, for this particular deck we are looking at some effort and hard work. Nothing wrong with that. Put your heart into it and get it done quickly. And, with the love from the heart too. When you love doing what you're doing, it makes it move through all that much easier, doesn't it? So now here we have Sharon. Good morning, Ros and everyone. No Corellas today. Must have scared them away. Oh my goodness, that's a happy dance indeed. That's a good one. Thanks, Shaz. So nice to have you here. And also we've Kenneth, you've shared. That's lovely. Thank you so much for that. And we have another global location in Ireland. Good morning, no, good evening to you, Roseanne. All the way from Ireland, a lovely country. I'm trying to think what year it was we went. I visited 2008 maybe. It's a long time ago. I absolutely loved it. It's a beautiful place. I'd like to go back and spend a lot more time other than just the 1 week that we did spend. I think it was a week. We were in the UK at the time for about 3 weeks and had a week over in Ireland. So the south part, we didn't go north. It's beautiful all the same. I'd love to get a better look at all of Ireland. Beautiful country. So now that we know that we've got some work to do, bring it to the from the heart. Everything we need to be doing is going to be from the heart today. And we have the woman in the workspace. So it's definitely bringing in that feminine energy of what we're doing at work. Some of us are still working, even though it's a Saturday here right now. This is the reading for Saturday, the 11th of January. So if you are in your evenings, you're looking forward to this type of energy for your tomorrow. For those who are in Ireland and Canada and Switzerland. So lovely to have you all here. I'm really chuffed. Thank you so much for being here. And certainly share it around. And here we go with the woman. It is, of course, whoops, turn the page. I was on the man. Silly me. This is saying, oh, now that's interesting. I have just found a mistake in their numbering on this because it's saying, oh, hang on. No, let me have a look. It's the woman as 28. Oh, that's interesting. So this deck has allowed for the the matching of the energies with same sex relationship, same gender relationship, I think. It is representing 28 card, the energy of 28, which is the masculine, traditionally. Okay, the siren. So this is representing the siren. The man and the woman cards are representing who you are, your card, the siren. So remember at the start where I said something about the siren being close to you, that type of thing. Oh, good morning, Keza. Lovely to have you here as well. So let's read it. The siren querent or the siren's partner, another person. So it could be if you are a man, it's your partner, or if you're a woman, it's another person. I don't know. How does it mean that? Another person. Let's call it another person because this one is, it's using the male masculine number for the Lenormand, but it's a woman. Okay. A little bit confusing sometimes. Man represents a male energy, male identity, the male querent, if you're a male, or subject of the reading. So if you are female, woman, this man is either her spouse, partner, or another key person in that reading. So someone significant, whether it's yourself or another person. Okay, it's one of the two main significator cards and the starting point of your narrative journey. The story will be about man and how man relates and interacts to every other card. So to determine the dynamics of the relationship between man and woman, look at how both of these cards are facing to determine how they're connecting. Are they gazing sympathetically and harmoniously at one another, or are they back to back, staring away from one another and not seeing eye to eye? Okay, with all of that is the explanation of this card here, it is definitely referring to the grand tableau where you would have all of the cards laid out. And that I've just spoken there is if this was in reference to there was the other card of man or woman type, you would see which way they were pointing. we can definitely see that this woman is pointing to the left. So if the man was next to there or further along, remember in a Lenormand deck there is 36 cards, so you'd have them all laid out, and you would read the positioning in reference to where the other of the personality, the man or woman, cards were laying. Okay? Hopefully you can understand that. So with what we've got with the woman here, the man-woman, the person in the workspace, it is, obviously there's something that's happening as far as people in your workplace. So it's to do with your co-workers or someone significant in the workplace, and they're certainly pointing towards what we've got as our main theme for the day today, but definitely the heart and the birds. So it's not pointing away from, and it's bringing those aspects of what we're experiencing in the energies of these cards into the workspace to really point out it is important for today. That's what I'm getting from this. So as much as the explanation from the guidebook seems confusing or, it's a lot there, it really is actually quite simple once you get into just reading the cards themselves without the guidebook being part of that influence in some respects. It's just feeling that sense of, yes, there's that pointing finger and really bringing out the emphasis of the heart. I like it. It simplifies and makes some of what we are understanding a lot clearer just from these three little cards. That's my bent. That's my understanding of it. I love having these types of, it's a guide. It's an indicator. It's giving us a bit of direction and where we might put our thoughts to, because we know where does our reality come from but our thoughts. So very interesting with those cards. Just such a simple little spread, and it can mean quite a bit, can't it? And Hilda, you're preparing a new moon ritual for the 29th of January for a group. This reading hits it just right on the subject of the ritual. That's great. So pleased it can help in some small way. And it doesn't have to be mind-boggling and really huge, fireworks type of an understanding. It can just be those little steps in the way that the synchronicities occur in how it helps us along with understanding what might be next, that we might consider as our next move, because our thoughts do become our realities. That's why we need to be mindful of how we think and how those thoughts do create. If it's something you don't feel comfortable with, chop the thought on the head with no, get it out. You don't have to continue with that particular thought. How do we change our thoughts? We focus on that is good. We bring it from our heart space out and into what is the actions that we do. Okay, and Keza, thank you, and have a wonderful day, everyone, with those beautiful hearts. Thank you so much, Keza. And to each and every one of you, it's all but a guide. Trust your inner self, trust your heart, trust what you have within you, and move forward as you feel that you need to, with that loving energy, unconditional love, and, just being the best you that you can be. So we'll leave it for there, and thank you so much for being here. You can certainly book in for more detailed readings with me. I do them as half hours and hours, or whatever time you want, really. If you go to the psychic.online link that is there, I'll put it physically into the profile, into my Facebook profile comment stream, because through this way I do these live streams, I can't automatically put it through. I've got to do that manually. So look for it there, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste. Oh, some more nice emojis. Thanks, Michaela. Yours just snuck in. Thank you. See you, everyone.